All right, welcome back to The People's Perspective. My name is Ifunaya. I'm here with my co-host, Sheon Kuti. Like we mentioned, we're going to be focusing on building safety and quality control. Building safety and quality control. So Sheon is going to be doing us the honors to introduce our expert, our guest for today, who's going to be focusing on this.
Yeah, hello everybody. Introducing the one and only NIC of Kerry Homes. He's out of Shangutedo, near Benin. Let your babe watch the show today, because we have a handsome guy. Yeah.
But we also do need to point out how it's become a menace where building collapses have now become like a normalcy for people. You walk down the street and you see that there is a building that is still under construction, and before you know it, it collapses. And there are people who've lived in buildings that are quite dilapidated at the moment, which end up collapsing. So part of what we ought to do, as the media and as citizens as well, we definitely need to be equipped with the right information to know what to look out for. So let's even start with this.
I really do appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning. And they say when you have friends in high places, you can.
UK, you're my own friend in high places. Don't turn this thing around.
My friend in high places.
Don't turn this relationship around.
So, for you calling Shangotedo Benin, I'm going to tell you, you know what? New Lagos is coming, so it's gonna be a time when mainland you're gonna take a flight to mainland.
Really?
Oh yeah, New Lagos is coming, so
really
there's a lot going on.
All these Shangotedo people don't get mouth. They don't get mouth.
You gotta come out and see what is happening in the New Lagos.
Okay.
But if you going back to your question, though, I think the problem that we have in Nigeria is common sense. And that is where we all have this thing wrong. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was telling the person that we can complain all what we want to complain about government, but improving the country starts from bottom up. It is we that are the people. If you behave like human beings and not behaving like animals, then those at the top will say, okay, you know what, I'm actually ruling over human beings, then I should be able to treat them like human beings. They said if you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. So and that is the thing. So when it comes to building collapses in Lagos, there is one thing that we do here, and one of the challenges is we build and forget.
Interesting.
So once a building is put up in Lagos, let me use Lagos as an example. Everything is done, screening, painting, everything is done. That's the end of it. There's no maintenance culture, more especially with our roads. Road construction in other countries, when a road is constructed, that contract is extended for 30 years for maintenance. But in Nigeria, once a road is constructed, that's the end of it. There's no maintenance culture. There is no state road maintenance or whatever. And you see that road start going down. So when you come to building structures, we are having the same problems, and you see landlords once they build, they fill in tenants and all the rest of that. All they know is to collect rents. Nobody cares about maintaining the structure. Now, again, mainland might be a little bit on the safe side, but if you come to the island, which is already underwater, and you see what is going on in the island, and it's all about greed. When people doesn't have conscience.
Like that guy who used 4 bags of cement, built 20 story.
It's all about greed, but that's the truth. You come to a Lekki, for example, there is no planning, there is no drainage system. All canals are bought, sold, sand filled. So Lagos, naturally, the way Lagos was naturally formatted is there shouldn't be any kind of flooding in there.
Yeah,
there are a
because
lot of canals.
yeah.
Building development, nobody cares about infrastructure
And environment.
and people buying into those houses, nobody cares about infrastructure. You just get it the way it is because we have been accustomed to settle for less. So whatever we see, we just buy into it. Now, when it comes to building construction, there are one of the issues that are really affecting this. I was looking at the data. Between 2005 to 2020, we've had about 152 building collapses in Lagos.
Wow.
And out of that 152 building collapses, 76% of them are residential buildings. Some under construction. That is about, if I'm not mistaken, about 115 buildings, residential buildings that have collapsed in Lagos within 10 years. And we can't keep doing this. So I could remember when we were starting construction at one of our, somebody is a developer as well, came to the site and he was like, is this your own house or is this one of the models that you're building? And I was like, no, this is one of the models that you're building. I'm building based on structural engineers guideline. I don't like to compromise on structural safety. That's the most important thing. With career homes, before we open the earth, there has to be geological survey. There has to be soil test. The soil test is what is going to guide us on the type of foundation that we're going to be building. There are some estates that might have about 3 or 4 different types of foundation. Some areas might come up with rough foundation, some area pile foundation, and the pile foundation, some area might be 6 meters pile foundation, some areas might be 10 meters pile foundation. So we are more focused on structural stability, because if that building is good for me, why is it not good for my customer?
Before you continue, is it possible for you to give me one of these buildings to use so I can test?
Just test it out.
Test.
No problem.
We can.
I feel you.
Don't you think we need to be able to
we
test?
should be able to.
Because
so
these your claims. These your claims
to
are
the audience.
Are large claims.
Yeah.
Okay, no, and this is I even make my face. I see I'm supposed to be test. It's just to test.
You're good in testing things.
Brother.
You're good in. No, we can take it off
camera. We'll discuss.
Yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much what is going on. Thank God we've never had any natural disaster in this country, but it doesn't mean that one can never happen. DC, New York, they never have earthquake. Well, about 6 years ago, I believe they had earthquake in DC, New York. I live in California too. 400-500
every second.
It's 400-500 earthquakes in a year.
Wow.
So if there is an earthquake,
if you're in Cali, anywhere you would feel them.
So if there is an earthquake in California today, nobody is going to be surprised. Actually, we are expecting the big one. The last one happened in 1989, so we haven't had a big one. So we are expecting that it might happen anytime. The last one was 6.9. But I was also looking at the world earthquake map, and you will see that Ghana has about 6-point-something earthquake. In Ghana, there is a fault in Ghana. There's also one in Congo Republic.
Wow.
There's a fault off the coast of Lagos, though.
Thank you. Then,
off the coast.
If you come to the coast of Lagos, we have multiple on the coast of Lagos.
So we could have tsunamis.
And nobody is. Nobody is talking about this. Then I was asking somebody, and they were like, "No, in Lagos was 1933."
Wow.
Okay. Now you might not think that can happen. Now, when you're building all these buildings with substandard materials, before we have they have what they call local TNTs and foreign TNTs. That the iron. There is nothing local and foreign about it. The only reason they call the other one foreign TNT
Wait, I'm a if he's checking earthquake, if he don't want die, if he don't want die, please listen.
I'm seeing some information that I never knew existed.
Yeah. So we are building all these houses on top of sand.
Wow.
With sand fill, we build on top of
True.
them. When you do all this sand filling and you build on top of them, and God forbid if there's any kind of seismic move in Lagos, can you imagine what will happen? So, in California, we build with wood. Here is bricks, and people can be buried alive just
like that
by second. And earthquake is something that there hasn't been any scientific findings on how to be able to alert people.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
In California, the most that they can give us is 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yes, because you don't. I mean, it shifts and boom, it happens. You don't know.
It happens.
But what I want to ask you is, in your industry, is there a way you are trying to get the players in this industry to key into these issues you are raising?
The only way that I think that I can be able to make a change is by being able to leave that change.
I like that.
And
lead by example.
Yeah, live by example. Practice what you preach, and maybe have other people. When people start to understand what it means to live in a standard housing and in a standardized housing, then they will come to appreciate what is it that we're doing. But the truth of the matter is, there are people that actually knows what they want. That is why we are basically doing off plans. We don't build structures and ask you to come and buy. We build models.
If you're here,
Yeah.
So we build models, and when you come,
I'm telling you, so you can buy for me.
Yeah, you will be part of your building right from foundation up, so that you can know what is it that you're living in. Now, but why is it that when you're buying a house,
True.
you will never bring a specialist to see if the foundation of that house would actually hold?
Wow, that's a very valid point.
So
My friend gets sense where we are.
Very valid.
This country, we've been so materialistic in this country that common sense doesn't apply anymore. We are on social media, careerhomes.com.
Can you spell it for the people, please?
KERAE homes with S.com. We also on social media, Instagram, Career Homes Limited. And,
full limited spelled or LTD?
LTD.
Okay.
And we're on Facebook, Career Homes.
Okay, so that's
And also
Facebook is
YouTube.
KARAE Homes. Instagram, same thing, but with limited.
That's LTD.
Yeah, and that's LTD, and
And
website is www.careerhomes.com.
And they can also reach us at 070 0022 000. That's 4 zeros.
Slave Mamas of Lagos, listen to my show.
Wait, what?
This is for business.
Excuse you. What about slave papas? What do you mean? Where is it, mamas? Don't you know the
I don't
country you
think
live in
UK
already?
is not interested.
You don't know
in
the
slave
LGBTQ,
papas.
they have a
He doesn't-
community in
he
Nigeria.
doesn't
It
know the
says
slave papas. I know my guy. So I'm speaking for my guy.
UK, thank you so much. You've taught us a lot, especially now with me Googling FM
You
in
just
Lagos.
no one died.
I wish she had more time, but I'll be back anyway.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming through. So it was a pleasure, co-host.
Yeah, man, we are very happy to be here as usual, sitting a few feet away from Ife, getting all that vibe. Hopefully next year I'll be Shonkuti of Shenbutedo. As I've heard now, I'm looking forward.
We'll probably be neighbors.
Yes,
How about-
Career Homes, excellence in luxury homes.